Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gamer Girls Radio.
Oh!
Brought to you by our awesome sponsors over at the Pink Controller.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
For more gaming goodness.
Yes.
And if you're looking for some seriously cute and cool gamer merch,
oh yeah,
definitely check out thepinkcontroller.com.
definitely.
They've got everything a gamer girl could need.
They really do.
But enough about merch. Let's get down to business with tonight's evening updates.
Okay.
We've got a whole bunch of exciting new releases and updates to cover.
Sounds good.
So buckle up.
Buckle up.
We're talking about pirate treasure hunts ninjas with katanas, a seriously funny and maybe a little bit inappropriate RPG,
Uh-oh.
and even a global tournament where you can show off your skills. Ready to dive in.
Let's go.
First up, we're setting sail for adventure with Blackbeard's Treasure on the Nintendo Switch.
This one comes from Satbox,
Okay.
a developer known for creating really fun and addictive games.
So what's the deal with this treasure hunt?
Wait, you're blasting coins out of cannons to defeat enemies and searching for treasure maps that lead to, you guessed it, islands full of gold.
Okay, the pirate theme alone has me hooked. But there are tons of treasure hunting games out there. What makes Blackbeard's Treasure special?
What makes it special? Well, what's really interesting is that Satbox has included several different game modes. Score Attack Endless, and even an online mode.
Oh, nice.
So you can choose how you want to play, whether you're all about racking up high scores, chilling and collecting gold, or battling it out online.
That's smart. They're covering all the bases, appealing to different types of players. So when can we get our hands on this treasure?
Blackbeard's Treasure launches on the Nintendo eShop on February 27th.
All right.
You can find more info on the Nintendo Store page, and of course, we'll link it in the show notes.
Awesome. Now let's switch gears from pirates to something a little more stealthy. Catanot.
Catanot is an indie game that's still in development, but it's already generating a lot of buzz. It's all about fast-paced, action mastering, katana combat, and moving with serious style. You basically slice and dice your way through enemies as a skilled warrior.
Okay, I'm Mystique. So how can we check this game out?
Well, Catanot is going to be featured in the upcoming Steam Next Fest, which starts on February 24th. Now, Steam Next Fest is this awesome event on Steam where you can try out demos of upcoming games.
Oh, cool.
And the Catanot developers are taking this opportunity to implement player feedback and add even more content to their demo.
So they're really listening to what players want and shaping the game based on that feedback?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. What kind of updates can we expect to see in the demo?
They're keeping some things under wraps, but we do know there will be bug fixes, accessibility improvements, some visual tweaks, and even brand new content to explore.
I love that. So it sounds like the Catanot demo is worth checking out even if you've tried it before. And for anyone new to the game, Steam Next Fest is the perfect opportunity to give it a go.
Absolutely. And speaking of awesome indie games, there's another one we need to talk about, Reventure.
Ooh, okay.
This game is, well, it's wild.
Okay, you've got my attention. What's so wild about Reventure?
Think Deadpool meets Dungeons & Dragons, but with even more, shall we say, colorful language.
Whoa, that's quite a combo. I'm already laughing just thinking about it.
Yeah, you play as this character named Ryle, a half-elf, with a seriously sharp wit and even sharper vocabulary.
Uh-oh.
He sets out on a quest that turns into this hilarious, action-packed, and maybe a little bit twisted adventure. Think murder intrigue, and even more murder, all wrapped up in a darkly comedic package.
Okay, the humor definitely sounds right up my alley. But what about the actual gameplay? What makes Reventure stand out from all the other RPGs out there?
Well, it's not just about the laughs. Reventure has beautiful 2.5D graphics and a narrative where your choices actually matter. You're not just passively playing through a story, you're shaping it with your decisions. And the choices you make can lead to some pretty unexpected and hilarious outcomes. It's like those choose-your-own-adventure books, but in video game form.
I love that, a game that lets me choose my own adventure. Sign me up. Is there a demo available?
There is, and it's more than just a little taste of the game. You can explore a whole era of the Reventure world, get a feel for the combat, the humor, and the storytelling. What's really cool is that playing the demo multiple times will actually give you different experiences because of those branching storylines. Different choices open up different paths and storylines.
Wait, seriously, the demo has branching storylines?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It really shows how committed the developers are to creating a player-driven experience. And on top of that, they're planning a Kickstarter campaign in March to help fund a visual overhaul of the game.
We love seeing indie developers doing their thing, and we definitely want to support them. We'll let everyone know about the Kickstarter and encourage our listeners to check out the Reventure demo.
Now let's shift gears one last time to talk about a game that's already a global phenomenon. Solo leveling. Arise.
I'm all ears. What's the latest with solo leveling?
Well, Netmarble is hosting the very first Solo Level Arise Championship in 2025, or SLC 2025.
Okay.
It's a global tournament where players can show off their skills on a massive stage and potentially win some serious bragging rights. And prizes, of course.
A global solo leveling tournament. That's huge. I know there's some incredibly skilled players out there. So how will the tournament work?
The global preliminaries begin on February 21st, and there are 2 leagues. The Asia League for players in Asia and the International League for everyone else. The top 8 players from each league will then move on to the grand finals, which will be held offline in Korea on April 12th.
Wow, offline finals in Korea. That's pretty amazing. What kind of prizes are we talking about here?
The total prize pool is a whopping 20 million Korean won,
Wow.
which is roughly $13,869 USD.
Okay.
And the grand champion takes home half of that, 10 million Korean won, or about $6,934 USD, plus a trophy to commemorate their victory.
Okay, that's a serious prize pool. The competition's going to be fierce.
Yeah, it's a chance for solo leveling Arise players to really make a name for themselves in the competitive gaming world.
For sure.
If you're a fan of the game and think you have what it takes, definitely check out the official website for details on how to apply. You've got time to practice before the preliminaries start on February 21st.
All right, I think we've covered a lot of exciting ground tonight.
We have.
But now I want to hear from you, our amazing listeners.
Yes, we want to know your thoughts. It's really interesting how these developers are all taking different approaches to, get their games out there.
Yeah, it's like we've got everything from a big studio like Satbox releasing Blackbeard's Treasure straight to the Nintendo eShop,
Right.
to an indie developer using an event like Steam Next Fest to get people excited about Catnop.
Exactly. And then we have Narasta Productions going the crowdfunding route with Reventure using Kickstarter.
Oh yeah,
Which is really cool because it's not just about the money, it's
Right.
about building a community around the game before it's even finished.
yeah, it's like they're inviting players to be a part of the development process.
Exactly. And then, of course, you've got a huge company like Netmarble putting on a global tournament for solo leveling, Arise, with a massive prize pool that's going to attract some serious talent.
It's really cool to see how the gaming world has all these different approaches. It creates so many opportunities for both developers and players.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of opportunities for players, I'm really interested in the idea of player choice in Reventure. You mentioned that the choices you make actually have consequences and can lead to different outcomes. Can you give us some examples without spoiling anything?
Yeah, so it's not just like choosing different dialogue options. The developers are really weaving your decisions into the gameplay and the story.
Oh, wow.
So even something small like how you react to a certain character or what path you take can have big consequences later on.
Oh, that's cool. So, you could end up fighting different enemies, discovering secret areas, or even getting completely different endings based on your choices.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I love about games with branching narratives.
Right.
It gives you that feeling like you're not just watching a story, but you're actually shaping it as you play. It makes you want to play the game multiple times to see what happens if you make different decisions.
Totally. It adds so much replay value and depth to the experience.
It just occurred to me that all the games we've talked about tonight, whether it's the different game modes in Blackbeard's Treasure, the combat in Catnop, or the branching storylines in Reventure, they all give players a sense of control over their experience.
Yeah, that's true. And it's not just limited to single-player games either.
Right.
Like, Blackbeard's Treasure encourages players to work together or compete against each other in multiplayer, and the solo leveling Arise Championship takes that competitive spirit to a whole new level.
It's really interesting to see how games have evolved to give players more and more control over how they play.
Yeah, it shows how much game design has changed, moving away from linear predetermined experiences to embracing player freedom and choice.
Yeah, which is why we love gaming so much, right? It's interactive entertainment. We're not just passively watching, we're actively participating.
Exactly, and that participation can take so many different forms. It could be something as simple as choosing which game mode to play, or as complex as developing a strategy to climb the global leaderboards.
Speaking of competitive gaming, I have to say I'm a little intimidated by the idea of competing in a tournament like the solo leveling Arise Championship.
Yeah, I get that. It's a whole different level of intensity compared to casual gaming.
Right.
But you can still appreciate the skill and dedication of those players, even if you're not competing yourself.
Oh, definitely. Watching those high-level matches is like watching a masterclass in strategy and execution. It's so exciting even as a spectator.
And don't forget about that prize money.
Oh yeah.
10 million Korean won for the grand champion. That's life-changing money.
It really shows how far esports has come. It's not just a hobby anymore. It's a real career path for talented gamers.
It makes you wonder, though, how the growth of esports is affecting game design. Are developers thinking about the competitive aspect more now than they used to be?
That's a really good question. It wouldn't surprise me if they are. If you want your game to be successful in esports, you need to make sure it's balanced, spectator-friendly, and designed for competitive play.
Right, you need strategic depth and fairness to attract competitive players.
It's amazing how the lines are getting blurred between casual gaming and competitive gaming. We have games like Blackbeard's Treasure that anyone can enjoy, and then we have games like Solo Leveling, Arise that appeal to both casual and competitive players.
It really shows how diverse the gaming community is.
There's truly something for everyone in the world of gaming.
So out of all the games we talk about tonight, which one are you most excited for? Is it the treasure hunting in Blackbeard's Treasure, the stylish action of Cadenot, the funny and choice-driven story of adventure, or the chance to see the best players in the world compete in the Solo Leveling Arise Championship?
Yeah, what's caught your attention, listener? We want to hear your thoughts.
So many games, so little time, right?
I know, right? It's a good problem to have, though.
We talked about pirate treasure hunts, sneaky ninjas, hilarious RPG adventures.
And even a global esports tournament.
There's something for everyone in the gaming world these days.
Now we want to hear from you. What are you most excited about?
Are you ready to set sail with Blackbeard's Treasure, or maybe you're sharpening your katana for Cadenot?
Maybe you're dying to explore the world of Reventure and make some tough choices.
Or are you inspired to train hard and compete in the Solo Leveling Arise Championship?
Let us know in the comments. We always love hearing from you.
And while you're there, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more gaming news, reviews, and discussions.
A huge thank you to our sponsor, the Pink Controller, for making this episode possible.
Be sure to check out their website, thepinkcontroller.com, for the cutest gamer girl merch.
Seriously, they have everything.
Until next time, happy gaming, everyone.
Game on.